Let's see who's going to watch.
Yeah. I thought there'd be people right there the minute we went live where we're running the
because we're late
this morning.
Wally comes and says, "You're late."
Yeah.
And we say, "We're going to be fashionably late, but we have a reason." Good morning. I see we have 3 people on.
We're in a different spot, but we're not going to stay here.
No.
We're going to move around a bit today.
We are going to move around.
Make you dizzy.
Yeah, hopefully not too bad. I have a quilt on the frame out there, so we are in the shop here because that's going to take 5 more minutes to finish the row, and then we won't have the noise of the machine in the background.
And we need to be out in the shop for what we're doing today. So
yes. I wonder, good morning, Daisu.
Good morning.
Who is caught up and ready to lay out? Is there anybody that's right up?
I think there is, according to the pictures.
I think there's a lot of people out there that's anxious to see how this is all going to go together. Oh, Nancy's on. Hi, Nancy.
Oh, Lynn. Wendy. I hate saying names though, because then I feel like
if
I miss somebody.
Well, that's like commenting on the posts.
I know.
I feel like I hate to comment on anybody's because I feel like I might have forgotten.
Find, like once I'm on Facebook here all day answering messages, when I go home, I don't want to be on Facebook. Like
I know. We're busy in the shop.
Yeah.
Oh, Eleanor's all caught up, ready to go on. Hi, Wendy.
Oh, Wendy must not be working.
Sandra Smith is watching.
Anyway. Oh yeah, they don't open this early, do they?
Ready for the open. Yes, today is only the open.
And then next week
is nothing. So you guys have a week off. I am going to my son's in Saskatchewan for a whole week. So I'm really looking forward to that. So you guys...
You haven't seen them for like since COVID, right?
No. Yeah. I always brought them home here instead of me going because I hate to travel. So this is the first since COVID that we've seen them.
Oh, Wendy, I saw the picture you posted of that fire.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah, it was up in flames, the picture, the house next door to her.
Hopefully everybody get out.
I don't think there was anybody in it from some comments I read under the post.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Okay. So. Yeah, Nancy, sorry to hear about that.
Yes, Nancy.
Yeah, Nancy's lost a close family member. So yeah, that kind of throws a wrench into things, and understandably.
Yeah.
Oh, so Denise is caught up. Denise, good.
She's right
Denise.
On the ball. I
just sent 9 quilts to Denise, so she's not going to have any time because she's going to have binding. I'm glad it's you, Denise, not me.
So after taking the break next week, the week after will be the final week of the closed sew-along.
Yes, so you can...
And then our plans are a few little...
Yes.
Like little things that we wanted, that have come up that we want to do.
Yeah, so first of all, we're going to do the pineapple ruler. Well, it's not a pineapple ruler, actually. It's the square and a square ruler.
The one that Deb has already done a few demonstrations on.
Yes.
But wait till you see this block.
Yeah, it's option, I forget what number option is. We've done option 1, 2, 3, and 4, I think, on videos. So we are going to skip and go to the option of pineapple. Because Lloyd made one and I fell in love with it and I want to make it, and I fell in love with the color combo. What was it? Gathering.
Primitive Gatherings.
That
new navy and cream.
Yeah.
Or navy
so
and
I want to
line.
make pineapple quilt out of the navy and
there was a picture posted online of someone that had done a pineapple quilt in
it
those
was so pretty.
Colors. It's so pretty.
So we're going to demo that ruler so you can see how that works, how easy it works. And then we're going to go right into the wall hanging.
We're going to see what kind of a mess we can get in.
We probably are going to screw up a few times. But everything we've done so far, we've screwed up.
Exactly.
Anyway, so I'm going to post some more pictures because I've gotten some more pictures of examples of wall hangings that we are going to turn into quilts.
Those panels. Do you remember that she had talked about it before? And she did.
Yes.
You posted a couple pictures already, right?
Yes, I did. But I found another couple. They're really close-up pictures just to give you an idea of what we're going to do. Hi, Debbie.
So you'll get to watch us work through it.
Yep.
Work on some measurements, like how to figure out measurements.
Yes.
When you're adding blocks and sort of winging it.
Yeah, because Twyla's good at winging it, and she's good at figuring out blocks. I can figure blocks out, but I'm not good at explaining it. I know how I get to what I want to do, but I'm not good at telling anybody else how to do it. So that's where she steps in.
Oh, well, we'll see. Daisu, you can do a pineapple block with a ruler. Yes, Daisu, you can, and it's gorgeous.
Yeah, and Lloyd says it's really easy.
Did you take a picture of Lloyd's quilt?
Oh no, I should get a picture.
You should get a picture of that to post when you post.
And I'm going to go over and he's going to give me a quick tutorial on it because I learn better by watching somebody do it. So he's going to give me a quick show on it.
So that's just some of the things we've got planned for the next few weeks.
And we are soon going to be taking names for the Christmas stockings.
I can't believe we're talking about Christmas.
I know. I mean, well, there's snow on the ground, so.
I know. Yeah.
But the thing is, we need to know roughly how many people are going to want it. Last year we did like 223, and we turned people away. So I'm trying not to turn people away this time.
Because ordering in that bulk, she has to get her orders in fairly
I have to order
early,
it
right?
by like June. I have to have everything ordered by June. And so I need a list of names. I don't want to order 250 if I don't need them. So yes, we have a very busy shop because we still have that surprise thing that I want to do after. Yeah. So there's a couple of things we never stop.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Okay. So today, was there anything else you wanted to say?
I don't know. I have my quilt to show you guys. The Row by Row.
Did you have anything to say about the retreat?
Oh, the retreat. So if you want to be on the email list to know about this retreat or future retreats, make sure you private message us your email address. Unless you have ordered from us in the past 6 months, we would have your email address. But anybody that wants to...
We've had some people say they want the information, but then they forget to send us their email if there's somebody new, so then we have no way to reach out to them. So
yeah, Wendy, I saw that. I'm going to get it. I just haven't ordered it yet, but I'm going to get it. So the stockings last year were $120, and you get 12 gifts in it. You had the option to order one extra big gift. That was up to you or not, and that was an extra $60. So you can go all the way, or you can just get the 12 days of Christmas or whatever you want. I'm glad you liked your stocking, Nancy. Lots of husbands used it as their Christmas gift for their wives. So a lot of husbands were making the phone calls here to book them. And yeah, so it was a big hit. So think about it. We're going to announce it on a Friday night. So the only way you can book the stocking is to either call the shop or email us.
Or private message.
Or private message, yes.
Yeah.
Because we're not, when I make the posts, we're not going to look under the posts.
The posts are real. I know you guys
love the posts.
Love the posts, but they're so hard to monitor because Facebook bounces them down the page, and then you have to go through and open up to see what the new message is that's just been added and read them all and see whether you missed one or whatever. Yeah, so they're really hard to follow.
Well, there's so much opportunity to forget somebody or overlook somebody that way.
Yeah.
Okay, so my machine has stopped.
Woohoo! Okay, so
it's not noisy out there now, so we're going to take you over.
Start with showing you what Deb did. Deb has her quilt finished, quilted, and bound.
So your option for this quilt looks totally different than my option.
It does. We did some different things, and we're going to show you some different possibilities.
Yeah, we're going to introduce a new block if you want to do it. But mine looks like a row by row quilt, and Twyla's looks more like a sampler. Yeah, so you'll see the two different looks, and then you can decide what look you want to do.
ended up switching up her rows a little bit, so we'll point that out too.
You know,
and like dummies, we didn't take pictures
beforehand
of what we didn't like and why she switched some things out.
I went outside of my box and used Tim Holtz fabric. And so I really struggled with that. I really don't like doing something that I'm nice to. It's
hard to work with something that you're not naturally drawn to.
I know. I didn't.
I struggle every time I do that.
I didn't enjoy it as much as I would have if I had picked a colorway that. Now looking at the quilt, I don't think it's ugly. It's just
it's different.
It's different.
It's not you. It's not something you would normally do. Yeah.
Okay, Ruth. Watch on Friday nights, and we will explain about the Christmas stockings. The stockings aren't paid for until we ship them, just like every other order. But you will have to pre-book it. Okay, so let's go out.
We're going to make you dizzy.
You'll try not to. This is my boutique room for all of you that have never been in my shop.
And just notice as she swings around, like the volume of some colors versus other colors.
Oh, are you saying I have too much blue?
Just saying. Just saying. We seem to be heavy on blue.
We do. We like blue here.
In fairness, blue is a very well-liked
color.
So
see these colors, the creams and the blues? That's what I'm doing my pineapple out of. They just came in. They're the new from Lisa Bonjean.
They're lovely.
And I love them. So that's what I'm going to make my pineapple block out of. Okay, here we go.
So, can you get out here without tripping on this?
Yeah. I'm going to show you my quilt.
Okay. We're going to take this out, aren't we?
I think right now I can hold it.
Okay. So I'm going to show you. Can you do it?
Yeah.
Okay. Here, we're going to take you out.
We're going to take you out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to let you talk, and I'm going to use the camera this time.
Okay. You ready?
Yep. I'm going to turn this around, ladies.
I'm going to take my shoes off so I'm not standing on it.
Oh, you can stand on it.
No. Okay, so this is Deb's quilt. It's her Tim Holtz fabric.
Yeah.
All finished.
All finished and bound.
So when Deb first laid out her rows on the floor, this row had an extra star in it, right?
What do you guys think of this? Oh, somebody says it's pretty. It's different for me, that's for sure. Okay.
This row had an extra star in it.
I
so
took
that
that
the
star
stars
out.
butted up against each other. And it looked very dark, like all strung together. So Deb took out one of the blocks and figured out what she needed for sashing to go between them to break it up. And it really lightened it and looked much better. Yeah. Where else did we do? Okay, so the other thing she did, do you see these two rows?
See those two dividing rows?
So this row down here is the row that we started one of our
What
rows.
did we call that
row?
row?
The Boston bricks, wasn't it?
Yeah, the Boston
bricks. So, and I really like it under the flower pots because it sort of grounds them and makes them look like they're sitting on the ground or whatever. I kind of like that. So this row right here is actually the Boston brick row in reverse. So where you normally in that row put your print fabrics.
Oh, people love it.
She used the backgrounds and then she put the color where we had the plain down there.
See, I didn't like my rows butting up together because I found it was too busy with my Tim Holtz fabric.
Because she has such bold colors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So she did go with sashing. Now, she didn't have to sash. She chose not to sash this row because the colorway that you put had a built-in sashing around it.
Yeah.
Now, mine won't because I had put color around my outer edge. So it's very individual. And when you start laying it out, you'll see things.
And you see my twist row? I took a block out of there too.
The same thing as this row. She found it too overpowering when they were joined together.
Yeah, I just kind of had to calm it down a little bit because...
And then she opted not to go with any color border because of how bold the quilt is, to sort of let the eye rest a bit out here in the wide plain border, and then just finished it with framed it. And that, I really like that. It really kind of frames it.
Yeah.
So that's what Deb did.
Oh, Twyla's looks so different. And I love Twyla's too.
Oh, I don't want to show this piece just yet. I forgot that. I should keep that up for now. Okay. So, I'm not a huge row by row fan. I like more of a sampler look. So when I laid my rows out, I don't think I'm going to put sashing between my rows.
Which makes it look more like a sampler.
It looks more like a sampler. Yes. So for those of you, there were a couple people who...
I took the churn dash row out, Faye.
She did.
She missed it.
Because she wanted to incorporate those two.
I made them. I actually made the turn dash row and didn't put it in it. She didn't care for it.
And so there again, it's what you like when you start.
They want to see the backing. Can you just flip it up?
I can.
It's wild. Look at that wild. It was a piece of that I had in my stash, and it just made it. The mess.
I like it with it.
Well, it just kind of looks like Tim Holtz fabric. You know,
it does. It looks more so than a lot of other backings that you have in the store. Yeah. It looks more modern. Don't you find? Yeah. So
let's go see Twyla.
So now this may not be the way it's going to remain. So this is just the start of our rows.
She just laid it down randomly today just to show you. There's Twyla.
There's mine, and I'm kind of liking the looks of not having sashing.
See what the difference the sashing makes? Like you can't see the rows hardly at all.
It looks more like a sampler. Yep. So that is a possible option for the people who mentioned that they think they might be running out of their background color that they planned on sashing. Is if you opt not to go with sashing between your rows, you probably would have enough of your background left just to do a frame around, like a 2-inch frame around it or whatever. But if I choose not to go with, or choose to...
Esther loves your quilt.
Yeah. Well, I like it because I'm a scrappy person.
It's totally you.
Yeah.
And I like it.
So I think I am not going to use sashing. And because of that, my quilt is too short. So I'm going to have to do an extra row or increase my borders, and either option would be fine. So in the process of putting these together,
Do you want to just show how we've got to flip one of those rows?
Oh, yes, right. So if I decide to go this way with my rows, I'll point out a couple things. I didn't like, when I was playing with it, the looks of this row, which sort of looks like a star with points, and this row, which is a star, too close together because it looked like too many stars together.
Yep.
So in my quilt, those look better further apart. I also liked the idea when I saw Deb's of that row being under the flower pots, because to me it looks like
foundation
ground or foundation to the pots.
Yeah.
So I really like that. I liked this little one here because I found with the wide flower pot, the 18.5, it kind of balanced by putting a smaller one there.
Yeah.
And I just like that look. But one of the things, you may not be able to go in that same order because your colors may not work. So for instance, look down here. I can't put those two rows together because of those reds. So I'm going to flip one end for end. So my first instinct was to flip this one. Then I realized I can't flip this one because it's directional with this heart.
Yeah.
Can you see what I'm doing?
Yeah.
Can they see that I'm pointing with my
Yes.
toes?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to try flipping this one. So that's why you may have to reposition your rows differently than this order.
Yeah,
or
all
you may
depends
like
on your
them, because
colors.
your color play is going to make a big difference in how your rows look.
Yeah. See, that red looks so much better.
There,
Just a simple flop
yes, it does.
of rose looks better.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
So that's probably what I'm going to do. But we're back to the original problem that now, because I don't have a 2-inch sashing between all these rows, my quilt is too short. So I've either got to put wider borders at the top and bottom than the edges, which I will be honest, I don't like that look on a quilt. A lot of people do. I just don't care for it. So I had a quilt block done that I didn't care for at first. Yeah. And I didn't use it. But now I'm going to use it. So this one is just flying geese. I got to look, see if I've got this the right way. I think I do. Yeah. Okay. There. So I'm probably going to add that row.
To lengthen it out.
To lengthen, to get my length.
Because otherwise it was wider than it was long.
Yes. Yeah. And by doing that, I'll be okay.
And so we're going to give you
I will give you that pattern. It's very simple. It is just 4
Flying
flying
geese.
geese. And then 2 strips on either side, and then they're just rotated with a piece of sashing in between.
Yeah.
So there's nothing to it.
So, but then again, if you were just to put a plain cream in between each one of your rows, that would just make it look more like a row by row.
It would.
So
more the effect of Deb's with the row by row look.
So if you don't want to add the extra row and go with the original plan, or you can make another brick. Like people liked my brick of reversing it. You could easily do that too.
You could. Yeah, you could do that. There's so many things you can do to make a quilt your own. And it's just nice to know that even if you're following a pattern, you don't have to
follow a pattern.
You can do whatever you want. Yeah. So then my next dilemma was, what am I going to do? So I think I want this one.
It's got a little bit of red and teal.
It's got a little bit of red and teal, which are sort of the 2 predominant colors in my quilt. So I kind of like that. So that's probably going to be my first border. And I hadn't 100% decided if I was going to do like Deb did and just do this a little bit wider and not have a bolder outer color. But Deb suggested, and I really like it, I think I'm going to go with this red.
I kind of like, because when I look over all the quilt, I see that little bit of red throughout.
Yeah.
I just think it ties it together.
Yeah,
but that's
I do too. So I think that's probably what I'm going to go with. So that's just a few ideas of what you can do or don't do or whatever to make it your own. But I will put I will tell you that if you stick with the rows that we did, and if you want sashing between your rows and around the outside, you're going to need 22 strips at 2.5 inches times with the fabric.
So if you have that in your stash and you want to do it, that's...
Yeah. So that works out to about 1.5 meters, I think it is.
Okay.
So if you're running low, you might be one of the people that would do way
An
better
extra
just
row.
by framing
Mm-hmm.
with the little bit that you have and do something for an extra row.
Yep.
Or whatever.
Does anybody have any questions about any of this?
But
so
I
far?
will give the measurements, and depending on if you do go with that 2-inch strip between and around, I think you're going to, and then if you want to go with a 4-inch border out past
Just
that,
the red, yeah.
you're probably going to need 1.25 meters or something for that that outer border.
But then the binding too.
But then the binding,
so
yeah.
you should have a couple of meters to be safe.
You should if you're going to bind in the same thing.
Yeah.
But that's easy enough to figure out what you need once you decide. It's hard for me to tell you exactly what you need because if you change up your quilt at all, like Deb and I have both done,
yes.
it changes your measurements and what you need, right?
Yeah.
So just go with your gut, lay it out, play with it, see what your colors allow. But it's just neat to see how different fabrics play in different ways, like how yours is much more suited to a row by row, and I like mine more like a sampler. And that is not just the fabric, it's also our personal opinions.
Exactly, yeah.
Right? Not everybody likes the same thing. So funny because Deb and I like total opposite.
We do.
So anyway,
but when I look at your quilts, I look at it and don't think it's ugly. I look at it and love it.
Yeah, but it's just not something I'm drawn to work with, right? But
yeah, faces you could even do a scrappy binding.
You could.
That would look really
would have
sharp.
Tons of scraps left probably from
That's a good idea.
That is a good idea. Or some people might want to finish with a keyboard outside of to use up their scraps, a keyboard for their outer border.
Yes, after that plain, that would look good too.
Plain,
especially on this quilt.
Yeah, especially if you went with a scrappy theme, right? It would look really good to tie it all together. So I think that's probably it. I will get some things up for you online there shortly. If it takes me a while, you guys have to remember that the phone rings and customers come in, so we can't always just stand there and get it done.
Twyla, all you do is stand there.
Well, I do in front of that computer. But
she brought an actual mat because she stands there so much.
There so much. Anyway, so that's the end of this one, and we can't wait to see your pictures.
Yeah, Wendy says you could do a flying geese all the way around too.
Oh, you could. You could do very similar to what you did on your first mystery quilt.
Yeah.
Like show that.
Ooh,
you could do that, right?
Sorry to make you dizzy. You see that border up there?
The same as she did.
You could put that all the way around.
That.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would look awesome.
And Sandra says you could put that brick row all around it.
Oh, you could. You could.
That would look really nice too.
And if you did the brick row,
it
like you did your
scraps.
opposite ones,
yeah,
it would be your 2-inch sashing, the first row, all built in.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
You wouldn't have to put that first 2-inch because you've got it on the end of that brick row.
Yep.
Oh, that's a neat idea. I like it.
Okay.
Okay, guys.
All right. So don't forget, we are not here next week, and we will see you back the following week to do
what that date is. Do you know?
I don't. Well, I'm back on the 18th.
So
it'll be the 20th.
Like the 20th. Yep.
The 20th, if that's a Wednesday.
So we'll see you 9 o'clock on the 20th.
For the closed. And that will be the last one.
Yep.
Also, if you guys haven't received your pattern for the closed one, like by next week, I know sometimes envelopes take longer. Make sure you message the shop.
Yep.
Maybe it didn't get sent out, but we think we've got everybody shipped out.
Okay.
Yes,
Any
I
questions?
do, Lynn. I'm still doing that special where you can ship your quilt here free of charge, and I ship it back, but it's only on queen size or bigger, and only if you buy the batting and backing from me. Thank you, Denise.
Okay, guys.
All right, bye-bye, everybody.
See ya.
Yes, we are doing another mystery quilt. I'll tell you about the mystery quilt. Debbie wants to know about the mystery quilt.
Okay. We're going to do a few weeks in between.
Yes, we're going to take a few weeks in between just for those that just want to do small projects. But the next mystery quilt is, do you have it done yet, or it's just about done?
Oh, it's pretty much done.
It's pretty much done. She's holding herself back so we can show you how to make some blocks.
Yeah. So that one is definitely scrappy. Like, there is no way I can give you fabric requirements. You've got to plan. It is designed to be a scrappy quilt to work out of your scraps or whatever.
And you're going to show them a couple of samples.
So, there are people who like the mystery aspect, and there are people who don't like that aspect in their personalities. It's so funny how everybody's personalities are different. I love it. So what we're going to do, we're going to compromise. We're going to keep the actual quilt a mystery, but I'm going to show you 3 quilts or so that are very similar looking.
Yes.
or style wise.
Yes.
So that you will have a feel before you start whether it's something that
Whether
you're
you
going,
look at it and say,
yeah, I
"Ew."
don't like that style, I'm not drawn to that, I don't want to do it, or I would like that, but I'm going to go with a more controlled fabric choice, like not a scrappy look or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
So we will show you 3 that will be very, very similar so that you'll get a feel for what it's going to be without actually giving away. But it has a lot, it is a sampler with tons of different size blocks.
And we're going to go
talk-
over how to cut different size blocks and
how to
figure them
know
out.
how to figure it out and join all these different size blocks together, because you're not going to make traditional rows that are all the same width going across.
It's in no way a row by row.
No. It's totally scrappy.
And there's no pattern. These are all free blocks that we found online.
Yeah.
So there's no fee to it.
And a lot of them are common blocks that you may have already done, but then there's going to be some new ones thrown in or whatever in all different sizes. I think there's everything from a 20-inch block right down to I think 3-inch blocks.
Ooh.
Yeah. Ooh.
Nancy Steve's going to do a half of that 3?
Oh yeah, there you go. She might just replace some of the big 20-inch
Debbie wants
blocks.
to know if it's going to be hard. It's not hard.
It's not hard. It's probably because there's different size blocks. If you aren't comfortable doing smaller blocks like 3 and 4 and 6-inch blocks, but there's also always ways around that.
Yes.
You know, like if it calls
if
for
you don't
a 6-inch
do...
and it's next to a 9-inch, you might be able to substitute and do something else in that space.
Or if
right?
it's a 3-inch and you find a pretty fabric, you just want to put in a
block
3-inch
of-
piece of fabric.
exactly.
You don't even have to piece a block.
Exactly.
It's
Yeah.
scrappy, so if you have random solid pieces of blocks throughout your quilt, that would be fine too.
Yeah, it is. It is.
So there's so many options with
And it will be
these.
queen size, but you don't have to make it queen size. There's different sections that you could join a couple sections together and just go with a throw when we're done a couple of the sections, because it's sort of built not in rows, it's built more in sections.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's really cute. I've seen it.
Okay. So anyway,
Any other questions?
that's all we're telling you for now.
I think that's enough.
Okay.
Okay, see you everybody.